Hey, what's going on, guys? It's a video of the day, and today, as I sit in traffic, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about a post that I shot off yesterday that was all about how as I get older, I start to realize that life and my life circumstances and what's important in life have so much more to do with what's inside of me than what's outside of me. You know, like people come and go, circumstances come and go. But I think that a lot of you guys may also be realizing the same thing. It seems like you create the same situation again and again and again with different people, different things. It's like you take a drunk driver out of a car, you put him in a brand new car, and you still get the same situation, the same circumstance. You know, and it just reinforces a lot of the stuff that I've spoken about in the past. But you know, the fact that we are where we are based on the sum total of the decisions we've made. And when I look at life like that, I see when I look at life that way, and when I explain that to people, you know, that like, you know, you hold the cards and you hold the key to where your life's going and where you'll be, you know, a year from now, and even where you are now. You know, and a lot of people want to blame things on external influences, but what I'm finding is, or what I think, you know, for a second. Oh, you're back. All right, I got you. So what I was talking about is how we are where we are based on the sum total of the decisions that we're making in life, right? And how like every single thing that's taken place, like you factor in the decisions you've previously made to get you there in the first place, to get the crappy card you're being dealt. You know, and I get two responses. It's like there's two types of people on this planet. There's the ones that start blaming and they start moving and they start blaming and, you know, dancing and squiggling and trying to get them to take responsibility for anything. It's like trying to put socks on an octopus. It's like really difficult. And then there's the other person who finds that information to be in some ways liberating. You know, you can like zoom way out and say, well, there's two types of people. One's individuals that are driven by fear or driven by faith. You know, what are you doing? Is it driven by fear or faith? And you know, there's a place for fear and there's a place for faith, to be entirely honest with you. In my opinion, you know, the same God created night and day. I think that fear is also used to motivate us, to keep us sharp. It can be used in a positive way. It can even be something used to cause us to take steps of faith if we step into it correctly, you know, or if we orient ourselves to it correctly. So I find that there's these two different types of people, and you know, you have some people that will create safe problems, like, well, I can't get a job because, and then they start like blaming all these things outside of me. Oh, because I don't have a car, and because I don't have this, and I don't have that. But when you dig and you push and you walk around inside those thought processes, you see that they're safe problems designed to keep that person within their comfort zone. So we call them safe problems. And then you got other people that are going to hit you with like quality problems, like I'm disabled. That's a quality problem. That's a real problem. The thing about both types of problems, though, is they're just there for you to solve. And if you can solve them, hey, what's going on, Hebert? What's up, Birdie Bert? I would read your what you just said and speak to it, but I'm driving and it's a bad idea, brother. But anyways, I love you, man. So like, I'll respond to it after the video for sure. So then like, I see these two different types of people. But the thing about problems that I'm seeing is like, they're just these equations. They don't even merit half the emotional gravity that we give them. You know, they're just like, it's like life's a Rubik's Cube and it's sitting in front of you, and you really like, it's like fighting. Like you got to just stay calm. Not that I'm a big fighter. All you like MMA dudes, don't start jumping around over here calling me out. But you got to stay calm. And you just got to stay in the OODA loop. You got to just keep making moves, keep, you know, doing what you got to do to get through it. Because life is like, seriously, it's what you see around you. It's seasons, mountains, valleys. The water ebbs and flows. The tide comes in, it comes back out. And so where you are right now isn't necessarily where you're going to be tomorrow. It's just not where you're going to be tomorrow. It's not. You know, my dad, he hit me with this back in the day. Son, always remember, nothing lasts forever. And he hit me with it again. Nothing lasts forever. And he's like, hey, excuse me, can you see my face through the phone? And I'm like, holding the phone. I'm like, Dad. He's like, can you see my face through the phone? And I'm like, Yes, sir. I can see your face on the phone. Nothing lasts forever. And I remember being like, you know what? Boom. Nothing lasts forever, man. You know what? I'm going to be all right. And if not, then I'm going to die trying, and that's fine. You know, like, then I'm going to die well. But, like, this ain't going to last forever. So I'm going to go ahead and step into it. But the thing, my overall point while I'm sitting here in traffic with you and we're sharing this conversation as if you were sitting next to me in my car, is that there's these two types of people. There's a faith and fear operated people, driven people. And if you want to know if you're one or the other, just start looking at the way you feel inside when you think about taking responsibility for the imperfections you see in your life, the areas in your life that you're not happy with. Because if I look at you, what I'm going to see is I'm going to see your standards. If I look at you on paper, if I look at you physically, or if I observe you or spend time with you, what am I going to see? I'm going to see your standards. You are where you are based on the decisions you've made, right? Now, to some people, if you're the faith-driven person, that's liberating. What does that mean? That means you can step into life and change that at any time you want. I think that's stinking awesome. There's no worse feeling to me than having to count on someone else and them not come through. Like, isn't that like the worst feeling ever that can ever happen, is to count on someone else and them not come through for you? That's like some stuff I never want to have happen to me ever again, you know? So I do a lot of lone wolf stuff, but I need to branch out and whatever. But to me, it's a liberating fact that there's so much gravity, you know, in our court, and so much power in our court as human beings. So I say all that to say, when you look at your life, you look in the mirror, if you see things you don't like, don't believe what society says and they're like, oh, you're perfect. Look, I understand imperfection is perfection, because we are all imperfect, and that's awesome that we're like not perfect. And who's the one that perfection is something that's like in the eye of the beholder. It's something that's so relative to the individual, the onlooker. But regardless of all of that, if you see things you don't like, take responsibility for them so you have the power to change them, because you can only change what you take responsibility for. And in doing that, accepting that responsibility, be empowered by that, because the ball's in your court and this is your life, and you're the only one. You're the only one who can change your life. I mean, even God leads us. He doesn't make us do things. He doesn't rescue you. You know what I mean? That's not really how it works. You got it. Faith without works is dead, if you want to go back to the Bible with it, right? So you've got to do something. You have a talent. You want to be that good steward. This is your life. So I want to challenge you today to take responsibility for absolutely any and everything that's in your life so you can change it. That's it. And I'll be sitting in track for the next few minutes, so I won't be able to respond. I see Mike on there. I see Hebert. I see Matt King. Thanks for joining me. I'm winding down now, but love you guys, and that's the video of the day. Peace.